Hello. In this clip from our Justia webinar, From Billable Hours to Sustainable Income, The Power of Subscription Models plus AI, Matthew Kurbis shares his final thoughts, important tools, and final takeaways about the subscription model for law firms. If you want to see more Justia videos on law practice and legal marketing, be sure to subscribe to our channel.
But I covered a lot of this in answering the questions, which in my opinion is far more interesting and engaging. So pure subscription model is one way to do it, right? You can fractional general counsel, which is what I do. That's one of the ways that I do it. But like area specific, like trademarks, is a way that's really kind of started some of the longest running subscription leveraging lawyers out there. Started in the trademark space. Ongoing brand protection, it sort of naturally fits there. You could always find ways to find a practice area that has ongoing some sort of value, but in trademarks, it's sort of obvious, right? Document marketplace, we talked about this in the legal adjacent stuff we talked about. So subscription and flat fee model works well for one and done type things, real estate, corporate, formation, general, transactional. How do you price it? Keep it simple, right? No more than 3 offerings at a time. Good, better, best pricing is if you're doing your follow-up research, look up good, better, best pricing. I like to have a low accessible entry-level price for the market you're trying to serve. That's why my subscriptions start at $20 a month. I also offer subscription add-ons that could come on and off as something happens. So, for example, my premier level subscribers pay $100 a month. They get access to a subscription add-on of an asset purchase agreement-based transaction. So another $800 comes on while that transaction is happening. And at least in Illinois, those transactions last anywhere from, they can go shorter or longer, but typically 3 to 6 months. So the client knows how to budget for it. And then when the closing happens, that $800 a month comes off. It goes back down to the $100 a month, and I'm still available for post-closing compliance for that client. Rebundling your unbundled legal services back together that you sell at a lower monthly rate than what it would be if they bought them unbundled helps sell the higher value of those subscription levels, because you're not trying to maximize profit per each client, because you want them to stay subscribed and you want them to feel like they're getting a good deal and maximizing their subscription benefits. So it's okay to sell them higher level subscriptions, because you as the business owner get that higher monthly recurring or quarterly recurring or annual recurring revenue. So you could see my website, for example, and listen to my podcast, Law Subscribed. All my prices are right there. subscriptionattorney.com/#. You have to type in the hashtag all access. That's all my unbundled pricing. I put it out there for my clients because I think that's good customer service. But I also put it out there for the lawyers who are interested. And you have to adapt it. Context matters, right? Like my engagement agreement, I'll also give you the link to that. But every jurisdiction is different and every market you're trying to serve is different. So adapt the pricing to fit the market that you're trying to serve, which is a whole other CLE. I like these subscription strategies, easy unsubscribe and resubscribe. Just because I take the anti-law firm approach doesn't mean I couldn't have a successful subscription law firm that was Kurbis Legal Service, a more traditional sounding law firm. I could tell you I have not been able to sign up clients because they don't want subscription attorney LLC on the letterhead. That's fine with me. You could go hire another traditional law firm. But my point is, what I've learned from that is some people would want to pay an ongoing price for a law firm that sounds and looks like a traditional law firm. I just take an anti-law firm approach. Huge opportunity here for non-English speaking clients. There's only like 2 lawyers I know of serving Spanish-speaking markets that use this model. Thoughts on ethics, right? Speak with counsel, but be prepared for them to not have answers. I will tell you there's the rules and the comments to the rules do contemplate ongoing relationships with clients, fixed fees for work. The fee must be reasonable, right? These are things y'all have to think about. And how you define your subscriber benefits is really important, right? Like my clients get access to below market flat fee rates that no other lawyer offers fees at that rate. And that might on its own be worth $20 a month. I would say it's worth way more than $20 a month. They get access to schedule calls with me. Like they're not getting calls with me. They're getting access to it. And that access, compared to what other lawyers charge for $20 a month, just the access is worth $20 a month, reasonably, for the markets that I'm trying to serve, right? And I do charge more on top of that when they actually need substantive legal work done. And for documents I do all the time, like real estate transactions, that's just a flat fee for that type of transaction. For unknown things, it's $50 a page. So it's way more access. And so I feel comfortable that just getting access for $20 a month, that is the value, and I'm earning that fee upon them getting access, right? And that's because it's low. That makes it reasonable in my mind. So you have to consider the reasonableness of the ongoing fee. One of those estate planning attorneys, they offer 3 post-estate planning subscription tiers, and they get different things like quarterly check-ins, biannual check-in, and an annual check-in. And I think their annual check-in is just $100 for the annual subscription. And guess what? When they're subscribed to you, even if they're not going to use you for an estate plan, who do you think they're going to go to when they've already subscribed to you, right? When you start running out of something and Costco sells it and you're a Costco member, are you going to go somewhere else to buy it? Or are you going to go to Costco? And then while you're there, you're going to buy a bunch of other stuff too. The same thing applies for legal services. I also am part of Overture and Lex Amica because I need to refer cases all the time. And they get access to my growing knowledge base, which I'm actually in the process of looking to hire a law student to help me build that out a little bit more. Because doing the substantive client work just matters more. And then rebundling, right? So here's the type of technology that you need. And I can't cover this all in 2 minutes. But the slides speak for themselves on each one of these types of things. I would say the AI, the payments, and the scheduling are the most important things. So definitely pay attention to those as you go through these materials later on. For tech tips, look for unlimited usage. Check out these marketplaces like Bob Ambrosi's Law Next and these other ones that I list here to maybe do more deep dives or see what these companies that I'm going to list here say. Just because I list a company doesn't mean I'm warranting that they're going to be good for you. I have whole other talks I give on just the stuff that I'm using, but we don't have time for that today. As you'll see here, I explain every type of thing, and then I list the types of technology. So I highly, highly recommend you review all these slides. And you check this out, do your research on, I think it's mostly self-explanatory. Also listen to my podcast where I talk about these things too. And if you go to MatthewKurbis.com, it's my speaker portfolio where I talk more about my own practice. This is more so for you to learn about things. And then with that, I see we do have some more questions. So I will just get to the last slide here so you know how to get in touch with me. And then we'll take some questions until I hear from the folks at Justia that we have to stop. So let me just get through here. Sorry, folks. Thanks again for all your good questions. So I didn't have time to cover all of these things in detail. But like I said, it's mostly just for you to continue to do your own research post-CLE. I know there's a lot of slides here, but when designing your subscription-based law practice, you have to think about how can I be most efficient. So I wanted to give you all of the technology to be as efficient as you possibly can be. And so I'll leave you with this is a thought experiment. Pretend the ABA or your bar association or licensing body, if it's a state Supreme Court like Illinois, says the billable hour will be banned in 365 days. You need another business model. What would you do? That's my challenge to you. Here's my contact information. And with that, I will answer some questions. Let's see, we had, okay, good. Where could I find slides? We got the slides and the all access one. So that's subscriptionattorney.com/all access. That's that one. And it's /engagement if you want my engagement agreement, which is public, and it's much more like a software company than it is like, it's still designed like a engagement letter would be, but somewhere in between an engagement letter and like a terms of service or terms of use for like a software company. So with that, I will hand it back over to Justia. Nina, go ahead, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Matthew, for that great presentation and all of that additional insight that you gave as our audience can ask those questions. And thank you all for asking those questions and being so active. It always helps to kind of open up the discussion. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos on law practice and legal marketing. See you in our next clip.